Jeong, and this is a discussion forum that I created in Google Spreadsheet using app scripts. It's got all the basic functions. For example, I want to start a new thread. Click New Thread, then you enter the title, click Yes, and the thread is appended to the end of the forum, like so. Then if you want to reply, you click the reply button, and based on the message that you have selected or are reading, it will then nest it as a reply under the parent message. So for example, let's say you want to reply to this argument with a message to challenge the veracity of that claim or premise, and it will nest it underneath like so. And if you noticed, the response window can deliver or present some response options to implement a particular discussion protocol, and that protocol you can specify in the settings box called prompts, and you can enter whatever instructions you want into this text box here, and I'll get to this later. There's a settings box that allows you to enable or disable any of these functions, to customize the forum and make it to your liking, so forth. Alright, and then finally, then again there's the delete button. And of course, if the message has elicited responses, the system does not allow you to delete it. If there are no responses to it, then the system allows you to delete. Now, in the settings box, if you set the forum in protect mode, students can only delete their own messages and not the messages of other students. So, for example, I'm Allan Jeong, and if I try to delete a message from Allan Jeong 2, the system will say you can only delete your own posts. But the beauty of this forum is that if you remove the protect tag, you have essentially what I call a wiki forum, where students can work collaboratively and edit and revise any posting that has been posted to the discussion forum. Alright, so if you find it difficult to read the messages in their cells, and you can just select the message and click the zoom in button, and it'll pop the message up in a pop-up box for easier viewing. And let's say if you want to look for messages that you haven't read, you have to punch in a particular date, and let's say any new messages posted after the 21st of November. You click mark, and it'll highlight the messages that you have not yet read. Now take note that, however, if anyone else is on this forum at the time, they will also see these marks, and so there could be a source of confusion. But at any point in time, you can always look up in the corner to see how many other users are currently sharing the session, and if you want, coordinate who's doing what at what time, so that there's no possible confusion. I'm going to hide these here. As a forum administrator, you can use these three options down here. Finalize the forum hides all those settings and configuration tools. Alright, let's move on. Alerts. Alright, so let's say if I click alert, you get the option to receive email notifications whenever a post is made anywhere within the forum. If you click yes, you'll be subscribed to the forum. If you click no, it'll move on to the next option. Would you like to receive email notifications for posts to your own messages and only to your messages? And if you click yes, let's say I'll reply to my own message here. arguments to support the veracity of that premise. And so now if I go to my email, oops, I need to look at my bookmarks here. Let's see, bookmarks, view, bookmarks. And when we look at the email, I get a discussion. It says the email will give you the name of the discussion board or forum, and it'll tell you that the post that I made in the forum called Week 1, message number 12, received a reply with the following message from posted by Allan Jeong, located in row 14. And if you click on the link, it'll take you right back to the forum if you wish to reply back to that particular message. Alright, and expand allows you to expand all the messages. And the nice thing about, here, let's maximize the screen here. If I collapse the toolbar and then press F11, get a better view of the forum. The nice thing is that there's no wasted space here between every posting. You don't have an enormous amount of white space or profile information that to separate the responses from the parent messages, as well as a much less closer proximity between threads, so that you can look at the relationships or the ideas between messages at various thread levels. Then if you click collapse, the default setting is to collapse it back, where you only see the message headings, subject headings for each message. Collapse will also give you the option to show messages up to a certain thread level. So for example, if I click 2, it will show me all the messages. In this case, all the arguments supporting the supporting view and all the arguments to support the opposing view. And in doing so, you can now quickly look at each premise to determine, for example, if one is merely a repetition of another, and if so, you would want to propose to retract that message. Or you may find that one argument is actually a minor premise used to serve as a condition or to support a major premise. And in that case, if that's the case, you want to then propose to demote that particular argument or premise into a minor premise. So that's the benefit of being able to display or view all the postings at level 2 to look at the overall relationships between the major premises presented in this discussion forum / debate. Alright, so now let's move on to the next tool. So let's expand it. Let's go back to the default setting. If you noticed, in the messages, there's no room to embed images or to insert a hyperlink. So we reserved another column here to post a hyperlink. So you select the message, and let's say if I select a message for Jeong, the system will tell me you can only add links to messages that you post, not the messages posted by others. So I'll pick a message that I posted, click on link, and type in the URL, and that link is added here at the end. Now if you want to insert an image, students can then use this white space on what I call the whiteboard to create drawings or to upload images. And using the built-in tools, drawing tools in Google Spreadsheets. So you can create kinds of different diagrams, and the beauty of this is that these drawings can be collaboratively constructed between all the participants in the forum. And so if a student wants to make reference to a diagram or a table in their posting, they can simply put a little footnote in this link column. Please refer to table 1 or refer to figure 1. Oops. Hold on a minute here. Okay, so those are the basic features in our threaded discussion forum. So now let's look at the administrator tools. So if you go to the forum, yes, and note that almost all of these functions up here can be accessed through this drop-down menu. But down at the bottom, you'll find 3 tools that are accessible only to the discussion board owner. So if you click Configure Forum, it'll reveal the configuration settings. At the beginning, it'll ask you if you want to delete all the postings and clear it out to start a new discussion. I'm just going to say no. And so as I mentioned before, you can customize the prompts in the response window by typing in your instructions here. In settings window, you can, as I mentioned earlier, enable or disable any of these functions along on this menu toolbar. And all those settings are explained in this pop-up note. So if you type in header, the forum will display row 1 where you can type in your discussion topic or prompt. If you remove that tag header, it will hide column 1 to maximize space for displaying messages. New thread, and you can enable and disable that. Protect, as I mentioned before, protect would mean students can only edit and delete their own messages, not the message of other students. If you remove this tag protect, it makes the forum a wiki forum where everyone can edit and delete messages, any message posted to the forum. Enable or disable alerts, email alerts, expand button, collapse button, link. Let's see, I forgot to mention the vote button. All right, so the vote button is if you like someone's posting, you can click on it and click on the up button. But you can only upvote the postings of other users. You cannot upvote your own posting. So let's upvote the message by Jeong. There you go. And so let's see, if you want to remove your vote or retract it, you just can click it again. And they'll ask you, you're about to cancel your previous vote. And you click OK. And I think that should be it. And oh yes, finally, in the settings, you can also type in the following tags. Reply nested would create a forum with nested threads, like the one you see here. If you replace that term with reply flat, all you would see is a message form that looks something like this. Let me just demonstrate for you. Reply flat. So if I reply to this message, rather than nesting it underneath it, it will just append the reply down to the end of this list of postings at level 2. So click reply. Argument 5. Click yes. And there you have a flat hierarchy. And the third option would be to select, put in the reply stream. And in this case, the reply button is disabled, and students can only use the new thread button to post messages and they'll be displayed in chronological order from top to bottom. So if you're interested in the discussion forum, please shoot me an email at allanjeong@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.